Hey guys, welcome back. So, time for a bench update. It's been another month and nights are getting darker, winter's coming. This morning, took the kids to school, I had to scrape some ice off the car, which blew my mind because it's been so hot recently. So, like that, we've changed and it's perfect modeling weather. So, yeah, bench update. Usual format. I'm going to run through some stuff I've been working on, what I completed, some purchases, that kind of stuff. 20-30 minutes I'll waffle on like I usually do. Now I do have a new microphone, so thank you for all the support of my channel. Hopefully the sound's going to be better now. I can't get back in position again. There we go, just off camera. So I've got a new microphone. Hopefully it's going to sound a lot better quality. Always looking at my streams better. But I'm having some teething problems. So did my Tamiya review and the sound. I'm recording sound through my laptop. It didn't work correctly. The file was corrupted. And I just did this bench update for the last 30 minutes and the same thing, no sound. So doing this for the second time once again. So we're getting there slowly but surely, but it's obviously a bit of a chore doing these things twice every time for some reason. So yeah, hopefully you see quality getting better, lighting, sound, video, all that kind of stuff, striving to get better. So yeah, let's start with a few announcements. So like with last month, my stickers went all over the world. And some people sent me some photographs, emailed them to me, so I just want to give them shout outs. So the first one is Chris. There's his, see my sticker on his bench. Next one is Paul. Thank you for sending that one. And lastly is Richard. And you can see a nice MRP selection of paints in the background there as well. So thank you guys for sending those in. The stickers have gone all over the world. Just curious if that guy in rural Nepal got his stickers. So if you're watching, let me know. It's been 3 months now. I've no hope they're going to show up, but who knows the mail system. I'm just curious if that little college in the middle of Nepal has the my stickers or not. So, but yeah, South Africa, Europe, all over the world, Malaysia, Singapore. So yeah, pretty cool. I think that was around about July, August time. I do have some stickers left as well. I think quite a few left. But yeah, so that's stickers. Give a quick shout out. I gave a shout out to Festa last month. This week I'm gonna give a shout out to somebody who doesn't need much of an introduction. I think you guys should know him. He's pretty big in the community, and that's Paul Bretland over at ISM. So he does, if you guys don't know, every Friday he does international scale modeler. That is, he does a Friday night live show with a bunch of guys and modeling related show. It's really cool. I've been watching it for many years, and it's just really like being at the pub with a bunch of guys. It's a really good vibe. Not for everybody, a lot of banter and stuff, but I really enjoy watching it. And so I'll put a link below. But he spun off and on his own channel, Paul ISM, again, I'll put a link below. He now does daily live shows. So every morning, Monday to Friday, he does a 2 or 3 hour live show modeling, which is at the bench modeling, chatting away. He's very interactive, communicating with people, via chat, that kind of stuff, and has other friends and other modelers on the channel as well. So worth checking out if you haven't already. Something I do enjoy watching, and especially when you're modeling, I like to listen to it in the background. Or I work from home, so it's nice to have like white noise in the background, kind of listen to that while you're kind of working away as well. Just a couple of modeling streams. Again, just want to give them a shout out. They do live hangouts as well. We can join yourself off the camera and just during a day and just chat with people and model away. Last time I did ISM one was over 3 years ago, but I used to now and again pop in and be part of that community as well, which I think is good. So rather than you being on your own, like in the bench modeling on your own, now it's the internet that really brings that community. So you get people to talk to, you can have streams, you can see other people modeling, that kind of stuff, and I think it's great for mental health, and it's just great for the community. So just want to give those 2 shout outs, yeah, that's it. Moving along. So let's talk about what I've finished the past month. I've built a lot of stuff in the past month. Yeah. I've been bench a lot. I've been very productive and loving it. And I built the Growler, which I'll show in a minute. That thing is huge. And I built a plane, I've built its armor, and I built a sci-fi subject. So you can't get much more variety than that. And I find variety really keeps my mojo going, my excitement going, because building those modern jets one after another just get a little bit mundane after a few years. So it's nice to break it up a little bit. So first thing you see here is, we talked about these kits last month, and the Star Wars Legion speeder truck, basically a space minibus. And here she is. I'm really happy how this one turned out. It went together really well. really quick, minimal parts. There's probably less than 20 parts in this thing, to be honest with you. It went together really well, and it's all about the painting and the weathering on this guy. So here you go, this is my Space Law minibus, and painted up the guy. Sarastro had the cool little tutorial video, so I kind of loosely followed his video for the colors. I'm not sure how well you can see my dude in there. But I'm not a great figure painter, but it actually turned out pretty good with some highlights on his face and stuff. And there she is. And I did it on this simple kind of woodland base we'll talk about in a minute to depict kind of Endor. So I'm thinking this is like an Endor kind of environment. One door open, one door closed. And the sweet thing with this is the top clicks off. So all your armor model builder kit manufacturers and builders, if you could build kits like this fit this well, you can take it and see interiors, it'd be awesome. But that top comes off, and you have a fully detailed interior. Again, with the lighting, I'm not sure how well you can see in there. And then you can put your dudes in there, or whatever you want to do, and some few rifles back there and stuff. And it's a really cool kit. So yeah, I just painted the usual kind of off-white color, and then went to town with some, I painted an orange stripe. I know you can pick whatever color you want, so I went with orange. Mastered up, painted an orange stripe, and then just weathered it. My usual technique on this one, which I did in my Meng FA18E, back, if you check those videos back, the weathering videos back from what, January, February time, same deal where I took a sponge and I basically just sanded away the paintwork, and it gave me this cool like worn effect. That's all I did, and then just a quick pin wash with some Starship filth, I believe. But yeah, there you go. Really, really enjoyed this one. Now the base. So my kids actually did the base. So I have she's almost 2 daughters, almost 4. My one's 6.5, and they did this. So I mean, I had a great time too. So what I did was, I'll put this down. I basically just covered the base in, they basically brushed on school glue, basically Elmer's white glue. And then I got these 2 products from Huge Miniatures. And this is a Woodland Scatter 4-in-1. So it's 4 different things mixed in. So basically static grass, clump foliage, little bits of like tree or something, and some other stuff, all mixed in. And then all they did was just basically sprinkled it all over the glue. Then we turned it upside down, tapped off the excess, and put it back in the box on a piece of paper. Just put it back in the box. And yeah, that is what we basically did. And so I was hoping, so obviously Endor's filmed in the Redwood Forest in California, and I was thinking more of like a dark green browny kind of color, and this was very bright for me. It looked, when we put it down, I thought, man, that's way off. But once you got the vehicle on and the shadow coming down and stuff, it actually looks pretty decent, nice color. So that was the product we used, and then we glued on a few little tufts of grass, fertile overgrown. This according to the website, goes with this one. That product's kind of like sister products. So this is the color I used, and you see it's just little clumps of like static grass. Just pick it off and just white glue it on around little tufts here and there. So again, they do different types of environments, different colors and stuff. But I went with a forest kind of look. So we did those 2 products. And then third thing, you can go on eBay and spend a lot of money on this stuff. But we were at the park, so we're at the park. I got this little bag. We found some really cool kind of like little wood chips lying around the ground, like lots of tree bark, and then some little sticks and stuff. So I picked all that little bag, the kids picked that up, brought it back, and again, a little bit of white glue, just glued on a few of these pieces here and there, and it created like, like in this scale, it looks like, like a fallen tree and that kind of stuff. And yeah, free. I mean, you could go on eBay and spend $8 on like a little bag of this stuff, when you just go to your park and pick up off the ground for nothing. So yeah, I got all these kind of little wood chips and stuff, and again, you might see it better now if I pick it up and then kind of point it. There you go. You see how we did just a few little logs here and there, little sticks, and a couple of tufts. But I think it gives a really good, sets it off really nicely, nice little base, and really happy with this one. It's just a lot of fun, really go to town, use your imagination and stuff, and I highly recommend these Legion kits. It's super easy to build, and just paint up and enjoy. And there you go. And on the same theme, my next up is going to be this guy, which was the Centaurian from Rubicon Models. Same scale, I think it's 56 scale. Again, tabletop wargaming product, but I don't war game, but I just enjoy building this stuff. And the thing with this kind of genre of things too is, you can build these up, and if you ever want to sell them, you get really good money for them too on eBay, because a lot of people want to play the game, but they don't have modeling skills to paint them. So if you're into building this stuff, you can make a nice little kind of like side earning with selling the stuff too. So here she is. Here's the Centurion. I'm sure, again, a little bad lighting right now. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but really went to town with some color modulation. Again, not sure how well the camera's going to pick it up. But this went together in 3 hours. So I'm talking about live stream. I put the ICM live show on a few weeks back on a Friday night, sat down on the bench here, with a beer, and in the 3 hours of the show, I built this completely. I enjoyed it, went together amazingly well. Just to let you know the engineering, the blade here, there's no glue. It totally articulates the ground, it moves, just clicks together, no glue in that part. The tracks and the wheels all one piece, so you can paint separately and just stick it on. There's no tracks to build. Now, if you want to go hyper detail it, you can buy individual track links, metal tracks, that kind of stuff. But for this, I think it looks pretty cool just the way it is. Even on like a base like we did with that, the forest base, that might look pretty good to set it off as well. But for now, I just painted the model up. So I spent 3 hours building it, and then over the weekend, just a lot painting and weathering. And again, went with some carbon modulation, some highlights, and kept it more like wargaming. So I did try to make a lot of tonal differences and stuff. And again, really happy with it. This is a great kit. So a lot of fun. It's definitely great for a beginner because, again, few parts, you're not building tracks and stuff. They do have World War II stuff, like you've got your Tigers and your Panzers and stuff. But as I mentioned in my last video, I'm going to get into the Vietnam stuff. So anytime now, they're going to release a big wave of Vietnam stuff, hopefully by the end of the year. And it's going to be like the PT Cruiser boats, it's going to be the Huey helicopters, it's going to be the M113s, all the Vietnamese stuff, like the BMPs, T-55s, is it? Anyway, so the whole wave and figures, all kinds of stuff. And these things are cool, you know, not overly expensive, and you can build these things up. And again, nice little weekend mojo builds. And if you move along in the future, you can probably sell these pretty easily too, to be honest with you. But yeah, really enjoyed that one too. So that's something a lot different, and I'll definitely be buying more Rubicon stuff in the future. Okay, so last thing is a big beast, and I know you showed it last month. I finished it, and I finished it pretty much quickly after that last video. I mean, I finished it several weeks ago, and I absolutely loved it. It's the Trumpeter 32nd scale Growler. Now, before I pick it up and show you guys, people all over this kit, again, the community saying, terrible kit, it doesn't go together, you can't build it. You'll see my build videos. There's 11 parts up on my Patreon you can watch right now. If not, they'll be on my YouTube channel in March, I think, and the back end of March. But early access on Patreon, and it's a fantastic kit. There was no major issues at all. We took care of it. It looks great. I'm not river counter, so it's missing a couple antennas and stuff. Who cares? I mean, when it's over there on my table over there, it looks fantastic. It's such a beast. And I'm really glad I magnetized the front nose cone there. And again, I talk about it, I think, in part 2 or 3, how I magnetized it. So you can see the radar. So let me bring it in. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to hold this thing, but back maybe. Ugh. Here's a good spot, I think. There we go. Oh, oops. There we go. Live TV. Broke off a door. No problem. We'll glue it back on later. But yeah, it's big. See how big this guy is? I absolutely love this thing. And again, the magnet, nose cone comes off. There's the radar. And nose cone goes back on. Magnetized. No problem at all. Oh, a bit of a cobweb there too. There she is, the beast. It is massive. It's awesome. I'm definitely going to want to buy the E version of this one when I can, and build another one of these because I just love it. I mean, it's also got the pods on there, detailed up, harm missiles, you name it, it's on there. Fully loaded up, ready to go. Avionics bays came with the kit. This is out the box. The only difference is I added resin seats, which I think you need to add. And apart from that, again, everything's out of the box. I don't care. The cockpit is, you know, is a little bit light detailed, but again, you're not really going to see much. When it's on the table, you're looking at the overall like aesthetic of the aircraft. You're not really staring in there. But yeah, there you go. I really, really love this guy. It's really happy how it turned out. Enjoyed this. I couldn't, you know, it's a blast to build, and it's massive. And you know, it just reminds me of my childhood looking at the G.I. Joe Striker jets and that kind of stuff. It's that kind of size. But yeah, a great kit. Looks like I pick up a lot of dust already. It's only been built like 2 or 3 weeks, so yeah, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to display it, but I've got a nice collection of 32nd scale aircraft coming along now. I've got this one, I've got the Tamiya F-16, I've got the MiG-29, I've got the Harrier, which again, all those on Fridays right now, it's a Harrier build. That turned out really good, and all those videos are early access to my Patreon as well, if you want to check those out. But blow up the dust. But there you go, that's it. I mean, a fantastic kit. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. They're getting a little bit more expensive now, but when I bought it a few years ago, it was, you know, about half the price. And I definitely love it. I know some people complain, oh, it doesn't look like a Hornet and stuff, but to me, that look on the table, that looks just like an FA-18. Obviously EA-18G, right? Growler. Sky Shadowhawk markings. As always, we didn't use black. We used basically dark grays to kind of weather that in, and yeah, and there she is. I mean, there you go. Absolutely love it. One of my favorite builds of all time, I think. This might go down. When I built the Harrier, I said that was my favorite build because it was a challenge to build and just what the end result. This is pretty close, if not surpasses it. I just love this one, the look of it, this aircraft. This is definitely up there. It's not my most favorite, definitely my top 3 most favorite builds of all time. Yeah, I love it. Like I say, I'll definitely be buying the E variant, I think, at some point. If I see it go on price for, go on sale for a good price, I'll probably buy it and just match it with this one. Alright, so let me put it down carefully. I already broke one door off. Okay, so that's what I've been working on. Well, that's what I finished. You see a lot of stuff, a lot of work, a lot of stuff finished. Now let me kind of show you what I'm working on right now, which is one project. So let me I'm going to step away from the camera real quick and come back and bring it in and kind of show you what I got going on. Alright, so this is what I've been working on the past couple of weeks, and it's going to be really far from left field for me. A World War II subject, which I don't normally do. I'm doing a build series of this one as well. I'm recording it. And this is the Heinkel 111 and 48 scale. Something completely different for me, and it's a beast. Look how big this guy is, 48 scale. This is the ICM kit, which is this kit right here. And it's actually quite a nice kit. It's you get fully detailed engine. So one I've closed up, one I've opened up, and you can kind of see the engine right there, the detail. And you get full interior, the bomb bay down there, but you can't really see much once the bombs are in. And it's a nice kit. You got to get the Edward Mars set. I'm looking over there. It's EX580. Look at the amount of glass on this, and there's no way I'm got patience or the skill to sit and mask all that stuff by hand. So if you're gonna get the Mars set, it's just peel it off, stick it on. It's so much easier. There's so much glass on this guy. This isn't the most challenging kit in terms of construction aircraft kit I think I may have ever built. It definitely tested me to the extreme. I got it together, but man, it was hard work. I mean, there's the shape of this, the glass work at the front, there's probably about 4 parts at least that make that up. There's 3 parts around the edge and 1 at the end. Glass there, interiors, shape, where you built the covers for the engines, the cowlings and stuff, just getting all that together, it was a lot of work. And then it's tricky because all the shapes going on there, and not only that, but before you have the wings on, there's nowhere to hold this, because you have to have, like, because you're building the interior, you have to have the guns from the inside installed first. So you got all these guns sticking out on all these delicate glass parts. There's nowhere to hold it. Every time you hold it and try to push a part in, you're kind of crushing something. So once the wings are on, it's a little bit easier to manage and hold and stuff. But before that, it was really hard to work with. I got it together, no problem at all. And it's looking pretty cool. I've done a lot of work with some fillers and some sanding and stuff to really kind of get into shape. Now I'm at the stage where I just need to kind of rescribe some lines, and there's no rivets on this, so I'm getting my Rosetta riveter and rivet this up loosely, create some detail, and then we'll get this in the priming and paint. But it's going to look awesome when it's done, but what a challenge. If you're a beginner, don't get this kit. If you want a challenge, it does go together well. It just takes a lot of time and skills, and maybe a little bit above my skill set, but I got it together and it's looking cool, and there's no big gaps or anything like that now. It's just ready for a little touch-up work and some painting, and there's just so many parts. It's not like an aircraft where you just got 2 fuselage halves, slap it together, and you're good to go. Like I say, you got a top section, you got 2 sides, you got lower sections, you got weird parts here, everywhere. But there she is, Heinkel 111, and I'm going to do this in, I think, 1943 Russia, possibly. I can't remember the year, but I'm pretty sure it's the Russian Eastern Front, and it's going to be basically the usual splinter camo with the yellow kind of bands on the wing and like a yellow band across the back of the fuselage here. I just like the yellow to kind of break it up and add some brightness. And the followers of my channel know that I love splinter camo. I don't know why, I just love, maybe my OCD, I love masking up straight lines, painting and peeling it off, and splinter camo, I'm in my element, so I can't wait for that. But yeah, we're getting there. A lot of work in this, like I said. I don't know how many hours of work it took to get to this stage, but now we're ready to move on and get ready. And then hopefully when I do my next update in a month's time, this will be finished, and I'll be on to another project probably by then. Like I say, probably a night or 2 just rescribing and panel lines and rivets, and then just ready for paint and prime and get this guy ready to go and get the wheels on and stuff. But there she is, the famous Heinkel 111. Big guy. The wingspan on this is pretty much the same as my 32nd scale Growler. But so who knows where I'm going to store? I've got so many big projects on the go. Who knows where I'm going to put all this stuff? I've definitely kind of cut back a little bit. A lot of my smaller stuff I've got rid of and sold, and really keep focusing my 32nd scale kind of stuff on my collection. So that's, well, let's look for somewhere to put it safely. Maybe put it here. That's what I've pretty much been working on. I mean, so I've built a lot of stuff. Started this one like a week or two ago, and that's been my focus. And then I've no idea what I'm going to do after that, project-wise, but we'll see what I'm feeling at the time. Yeah, and that's it. So moving along now, swiftly along to what I've purchased. Now, this is my favorite section to watch. Whenever I watch other people's streams and videos, I just love seeing what people buy. I don't know why, it's just, I just find it interesting seeing what kind of stuff people spend money on and what they get. So hopefully you enjoy this part too. So not too much to share, to be honest with you. A few things. Firstly, I've already talked about it, but I've obviously got the huge miniatures, grass and tufts for the base for the space bus right there. So got that guy, used that as a pretty decent product. It wasn't badly priced either compared to some of these, because some products like this are super expensive. This wasn't ridiculous. It was pretty reasonable, I think, for what I paid for those. And 2 kits. Got this guy, another one. So I mentioned the speeder truck way back there somewhere. Got myself ATST. Now this is 56 scale, and unlike Bandai, this isn't going to melt if you put like enamel washes and stuff on it. It's going to be a good size. Let me open the box up and show you. So I'm actually going to have my daughter make this for me, because you'll see why. She can make it, and I'm going to build, paint and weather it. It comes, they're not on, this one isn't on sprues. It's like individually, see the pieces are just like pre-cut, straight slot in. So you got those pieces there. Got some more legs and stuff here. Chunky plastic. And then the top. The one bad thing on this one, I thought it was like my speeder bus has an interior, but it's basically a solid piece of plastic. There's no interior, which is kind of bummer. I was hoping I could lift it up, because my original game plan was I wanted to put red LEDs in here, like the Mandalorian one, so you can see the red lights coming out. I thought that looked really cool and menacing, but with this all built and there's nowhere to open it, I don't think I'm going to do that now. But it gives you an idea of the size, and there's really nice detail. See it like out the box, and again, you get these. This will probably go together in like 15 minutes. I mean, if that. There's not many parts at all, and so these are great little mojo things. You can just build these up and just paint and weather them. And again, this plastic is different to Bandai, so you should be okay with your usual products and stuff. But you really go to town with these things, and then again, the various parts and stuff all cut off. Just basically just a little bit of glue these together. It'd be no problem at all. So yeah, that would be a cool little project. So that goes hand in hand with my bus right there. And again, I use the same base, and I become like a matching pair. But this is Star Wars Legion. Again, I'm not doing the wargaming side of things. I just like the building of them. So got that dude, and then this guy. Got this earlier in the week. As soon as I got it, I did a review, and thank you for all the feedback on that one. And no introductions, but the famous and awesome and super amazing 48 scale Tamiya F14 kit. Now, latest edition is the A late with the carrier dial. So what is this? So basically, it's 2016 they brought out the A, 2018 they brought out the D, now 2021 they brought out the late A. So hopefully in a couple of years time they bring out the B and we have the whole collection. So what they've done is they've taken the A kit and they upgraded it. So mostly 90% of the plastic's the same, but the main change is the wings. In the old kit the wings are molded up, the flaps and the slats are up. This one the flaps are down, but I don't think there's an option to have them up. So you have, so for whatever reason these kits, you got to pick and choose. So if you want the flaps, you want the wing swept back, you got to buy the other kit. If you want the landing or the takeoff configuration, you can get this kit. So your flaps are down on this one. You got upgraded pilot figures, slightly molded new helmets. The instrument panels are slightly different, screens and stuff. You've got a mast set for the intakes, which is really nice, as well as a canopy. So I don't believe in the old one you had that. So you can actually mask up where the white and the grey meets. It has a perfect line with the mask, which is really nice. What else? You got different weapons. You got like paveways, and you got a tarps pod, that kind of stuff, which is upgraded. Obviously new markings, which are really nice. You got the flying checkmates, swordsman, and the black knights. So you got 4 different markings in this. And also you have a cool little shooter, the catapult officer figure, and you have a dial base, which is basically about the size of this box, and it's basically like a cardboard, like really nicely printed, or the carrier deck, and basically you're going to mount it on a piece of wood or some foam board and stick your jet on it, and it's going to be a nice little diorama base. So this is about $10 more than the other kit, but what I just mentioned, I think the $10 is probably worth it. Now these aren't cheap kits, but it's Tamiya and it's a fantastic kit. Done many of these in the past. I built the Aggressor, and I've also did a build video of the Wolfpack earlier in the year. I think that was like 9 parts back in June, I think it was, May, June time. I think it was on my channel. You can check out those links as well. And if I remember, I'll put a card up to link those as well. You should see the finished build. But yeah, these are amazing kits. Straight out of the box, you don't need much. Especially if you use pilot figures, you don't even need resin seats. The only thing is with the decals, as always with Tamiya, there aren't many stencils on this kit. So I know the F4B, they had like an aftermarket. You have to pay like an extra $6 or $8 and buy the stencils separately. I think they might do it with this kit too, where trying to get you, like, micro transaction you with buying a separate set of stencils. Like I said, I didn't see many in here, and then, which is no big deal, because obviously the F14, there's a gazillion different types of aftermarket decals out there, which are probably way better than Tamiya ones, so that's not a big deal. But and also the thing with this too is, here we normally the front nose, like the glare thing that you paint like black or blue depending on what the scheme is, like your mask and paint it. You do have decals, but I don't like using decals. It looks better to just paint it. But the problem is, the pilot and the Rio, the actual names aren't separate decals. They're actually mixed into the actual main decal, the whole kind of like section. So you can't really paint it. You have to use a decal. Right? That makes sense. Because you can't cut out the letters and stick them on. It'll look kind of too weird. So you're kind of stuck using the decal around the canopy here and that part, which I don't like. I wish the names were separate and I could just paint it myself. But hey, that's a minor first world problem, right? It's not, but otherwise, again, this is probably the best 48 scale modern jet you can buy kit wise. It's just amazing build. It's keep coming back to the bench. It's enjoyable, a lot of fun building it, and it makes an awesome looking subject. With Top Gun coming out, the new Top Gun movie coming out hopefully soon, obviously brings up memories again of the F14, although this one's obviously a more modern version of the movie with modern jets and stuff. But yeah, and it's who knows, but the some of the ones on this are 2004, so even as late as 2004, they're flying this jet, the EA version. And that, I'll say that as it, but it's not it. That's one more thing I have to show you. And I don't have the kit, but I got seatbelts, and I'll explain. So I am a big fan of the Hawker Hurricane from World War II. Now, this is going to be a big controversial kind of thing I'm going to say, but I like the Hurricane more than the Spitfire. I don't know, back from the Battle of Britain movies and stuff, I just like the Hurricane. And unfortunately, you can't really get a decent 32nd scale model of the Hurricane. I don't know why. If you go look up, there's a few out there, but Tamiya, if you're listening, please build a nice one to go with. Be perfect to go with the Spitfire. So you can get a 24 scale one, which is half decent, and that's made by Airfix or Trumpeter. So I bought a Trumpeter one, which is nicer, and looked online. It seems to go together pretty well. Pretty straightforward kit. It's a 24 scale kit, so I'm going bigger and bigger. I don't know why. So I've gone from 32nd scale to 24 scale, but it's a World War II fighter jet, so it's not massive. So even in 24 scale, it's like 18 inches long, and it's smaller than my Growler I just showed you. It's not going to be super huge. It's going to be big, but not massive. So I ordered it on AliExpress because it was about $20 cheaper than eBay. And it should be, who knows what it's going to be here, hopefully soon. Slow boat from China, but it was only $35 for the kit, and then like $25 for shipping from China, so it was about $60. And for a 24 scale kit, I thought it was pretty well priced. Pretty modern too. I think it's been out in the last 5-6 years. It's not a really old kit or anything, and it seems to go together pretty well. So I'm going to build a 24 scale Hurricane. I'll put it off my channel to show you guys my progress. And just to spice it up, I got a few little extras. So I got the metal gun barrels, which I don't have yet, and a Yahoo instrument panel. And I'm doing a Mark II Hurricane as well. And I got a fabric seatbelt, which I got on eBay. Actually, the guy was just down the street in same state, in Stanton, Virginia, which is not too far from me, like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I got this from eBay, and you can't buy a fabric seatbelt for a Hurricane per se, but from a little Googling, I found out that the Hurricane Mark II, they used the Sutton harness seatbelt. This is called a Sutton, and this is the Hawker Typhoon. This is marked up Hawker Typhoon seatbelt, but Hawker Typhoon used the Sutton harness, and it even says there Sutton harness. So it's the same seatbelt. It's just marketed on the packaging for for a Typhoon Mark 1, but you can use it in a Hurricane. So that's going to add a nice little detail. And again, even in 24 scale, you see how small the little photo etches for the belt buckles and stuff. So I always struggle with that stuff in like 48 and 30 seconds. So hopefully in 24 at least it might be a little bit easier for me, my eyes and stuff. So that'd be a really cool kit. Again, I'm really excited about that one. It's going to look awesome. Go to town with painting, weathering. Nice big project. And yeah, there we go. So again, it's a huge 24 scale kit. By the time you add all these extras in, it's still like less than $100. So I don't think that's a bad price at all. And that is pretty much it. That's what I purchased. I got a few paints here and there as well, but I don't think I need to bore you showing you a tin of Tamiya paint, right? So cool. So yeah, thank you for watching. As always, thank you for your support. Every Friday I got my build videos going up, as always. Right now we're in the Harrier. First couple of parts are up. If you want to see the rest, are over on my Patreon. All 9 parts, I think 8 or 9 parts. I forget how many parts in every build video. But that's pretty much what I've been going on. So thank you, as always. Thank you for all your support. Hopefully, again, I'm using a different microphone. So hopefully the sound quality is getting better. The video is getting better, the lighting getting better, the sound's getting better. Every video, strive to get it better. And hopefully, we'll, constant tweaking, we'll get there in the end. So have a great weekend. I'll catch you later. Bye.